Hi, welcome to this video on MS SQL, an introduction to functions covering functions left, right, len, upper and lower. SQL functions are a set of SQL commands that perform a particular task. They are called by listing the function name. They then usually accept at least one input or parameter and they will provide an output. There's loads of functions that do all sorts of different tasks, functions that deal with text and numbers and dates and different things like that. You can even write your own functions to do particular tasks that you need. We're going to look at a few examples of text functions. So the SQL on screen returns film titles, and I want to use a couple of functions to deal with or look at these film titles in a different way. So I'm going to create another column. I can return the same column a second time here. There it is. But actually I don't want to see it again, obviously, but I want to know how many characters are in the film title. So to do that, I'm going to call the Len function. And here it's, a little icon here tells you it's a function, it even tells you it's a built-in function. If I do a bracket, it will tell me that it expects a parameter, and it's a string parameter. So I'm going to put in there, I'm not going to put in there any text, I'm going to put in there my column name. So if I do t1.title and then brackets, when I run that, what Len does is it says, okay, give me a bit of string, which in this case is the title of my film, this column, and I'm going to go away and I'm going to count how many characters and I'm going to return the length of that, and I'm going to give it an alias that says length. Now we don't need to know what Len is doing, all we need to know is what Len does, and Len accepts a bit of text and it returns the length of that text. We have other ones called left. So if I put in, again, it just needs some text, but what this is doing is it's going to return the leftmost or the left portion of a bit of string. So what it needs to know is how many characters do you want returning from your bit of string. So the first one is an expression that it needs, it's a string. The second bit here, when I put a comma, this second bit goes bold and it says I need to know how many characters, and it's an int data type, which is a number. So I'll say 10. And if I execute that, this here will return the first 10 characters. We have another one that is similar to left, and that is right, that does exactly the same thing, except it takes the rightmost amount of characters. There it is. And the last two I'm going to do, we have upper. And what that does is it takes a bit of text and it returns the exact same text except everything's uppercase. It only accepts one parameter, so that's good. And the last one is lower, which does the exact opposite. So in each case, function name, and then it'll tell you what parameters it needs. Usually it's at least one, it's usually a bit of string, certainly for these ones. Maybe there's a second parameter. End brackets to complete the function call. Give it an alias if you wish. Execute it. And there's your results. That's the end of this video. I hope you found it helpful.